watch I like to watch storm trackers.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, you can get them on my radar. It's kind of fun. They know where the really bad stuff is, because that's usually where they're driving. Right now, they're down in Nebraska.
It's somewhere like the Nebraska or some of the panhandle down there is supposed to get pretty bad at night.
Yeah. They're down there. I was watching some, and one guy had a pretty good spot. The cloud looked like it was pretty promising for some rough weather, so.
Take some off because we're up there.
Sounds like that hurricane hit pretty fast down there. That's, I think we're getting a little southern states and the eastern coast.
Yeah, they got all that.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah, I'll take the cold.
Yeah, it's nice to be right out here in the middle.
You know?
We can get our rough weather, but.
We haven't signed. I looked at the bills.
One or two
Yeah, it's gonna be 6:30. It's just turned on. Oh, it started.
Oh, that's not right.
There. Pastor Will? I'm sorry. Yeah.
Make sure that mic's on too.
The light's green, can you hear me? Let's pray. Father, thank you for this day. Father, thank you for the moisture that you've sent, that we will not have to have, that there will not be a drought this year. Father, I pray that you would provide for the farmers and the ranchers, that they would get the work done that needs to be done. And Father, I lift up the city of Miller. I lift up the city government. I lift up this council and the mayor. Father, as they discharge their duties, I ask that you give them wisdom, the wisdom that only you can give. Father, I pray the same for the department heads and the city employees. And Father, I pray for the safety of the city employees as they are out on the roads. Father, I pray for the contractors that are working the construction projects around town. Father, that you would keep them safe. I pray that this construction season would come and go and there would be no serious injuries. Father, I thank you for the blessing of living in this place. And Father, again, I ask that you would give the council and the mayor wisdom as they discharge their duties tonight. And in your son's name I pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you. We'll call the meeting to order and begin with the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I'd entertain, looking over the agenda, is there any,
Make a motion, we approve the agenda as printed.
Second.
discussion? The only thing I will add on number 8, when it says page 14, that's actually page 17. And under the unfinished business, number 1, those are pages 14 and 15. And on number 2, that's page 16. Okay?
Make a motion that we approve the amended agenda.
Okay,
Second.
discussion? Hearing none, motion has been made and seconded to approve the agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Minutes for last meeting can be found on pages 1 and 2 from the January, or the, yeah, from the June 17th meeting.
Move approval.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, motion is made and seconded to approve the minutes from the last council meeting. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Public input.
I have some.
Pastor Will?
Several times I had during public input, I have voiced my displeasure about the signs, the yield signs and stop signs over at the swimming pool. We met with the gentleman from the Department of Transportation.
Yeah, Cliff Fryer.
South Dakota LTAP.
South Dakota LTAP.
He's
Yep.
retired DOT.
And he explained that the yield signs work better than the stop signs as far as the safety of people walking up and down that street. And we stood there and my first thought was you gotta have the stop sign. But he made it very clear and explained that the yield signs make people slow down as opposed to stopping and then speeding back up, which typically creates a more dangerous situation. He knew what he was talking about. We watched it. We stood there and watched it. So I'm perfectly happy with that, with the situation there. So I came in here and I was very vocal about that. So I want to come back and say, I'm happy with the situation. So, and thank you for getting him here and thank you for his time explaining that to us. So,
I appreciate your concern, the initiated concern, and I think it's, certain questions we want answered even for ourselves. And I even was kind of questioning a few things too, and if I can piggyback off your support for the yield sign, to me it made, I questioned at the end of the school zone, on that same pole, it has speed limit 25 miles an hour. Unbeknownst to me, once you leave one speed zone area, you have to post the next speed zone. Now, nobody's gonna go from 25 miles an hour to the stop sign, but that's gonna be the next designated speed by which you can go. So I do appreciate that, and I know that I extended the invitation to Dave Nelson, and he was unable to join us because he was out of town that day too, so.
well, I have to admit that I'm as guilty of it as anybody. You come to a stop sign and you're in a hurry, what do? You press on the gas a little bit harder to get to where after you come to a stop.
Okay,
Oh, it makes sense. The other, there is one other thing I would like to ask. Before I met with, visited with Father Paul when he was in hospice, and before he died, he had requested that we, the pastors, keep his party in the park that he organized the last Sunday before Labor Day weekend. And several of us are trying to get that organized, and I would ask your permission to use the city park on Crystal Park on August the 25th to do that. We're still organizing that, but with your permission, we would like to set that up again and have a end of the summer party. So amongst other things, there will be barbecue and all of that. So also, I would like to ask Ron, whatever you did last time with the mosquitoes to keep them down, do it again because it worked.
As it is this year, I'm not gonna hold my breath.
Well, last year it worked very well, but I do have that request on part of myself and some of the other pastors in town. So,
okay.
Can we put the party in the park on the agenda for
Yeah.
next meeting?
Yeah. Okay, we'll put it on the agenda for the next meeting and we'll
Okay,
approve there, okay?
thank you very much.
You betcha, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Will.
Any other public input? I know sometimes we like to hear from the public with regard to, some of the information that they have or maybe views and things of this sort. But we have also used it for ourselves to mainly inform the public. And I think the government teacher in me, we have an initiated measure 28 that I would ask individuals to look over. Not only that one, but any time that you have something that's coming to the voters to vote on, we need to be as informed on the measure and know the impact it has on us. And I read an article today out of the I think the Brookings Register, I believe it is that right, Jen? Is that the Brookings Register? And it had a statement by Nathan Sanderson, who's the executive director of the South Dakota Retailers Association. And basically what this measure does, it's going to eliminate the sales tax on, I think you said, first of all, consumable. What's consumable? It could be groceries. Some people speculate it could be something else. And whenever, and one of the things that would it would have a, now this is just the numbers that he gave, and he would have a budget downturn of at least $176 million on top of another $104 million estimate annual revenue loss from general sales tax. Now, I throw out those numbers loosely because I think each of us have to do our own research with regard to the impact of any initiated measure, anything that we're going to vote on. But I'm just going to give you kind of a heads up with regard to look at that and some other matters as well. And keep in mind, if we're going to take away, this is a sizable amount, what are we going to replace it with? And there is also speculation what some people have with regard to that. And I don't want to use this time as a speculation, but I just more or less an effort for each of us to become a little bit more informed than we may already be. So, having said that, okay. Any other public input? Then we'll go to on pages 3 through 12 is the department head reports. Any question with regard to any item on any one of those?
Have we gotten any of the mosquitoes back that you sent in? Not yet.
Ron?
Sorry.
We sent in 2 mosquitoes twice, but it usually takes a while.
Okay.
I got an email yesterday, 1 positive pool in Brown County. That is almost a guarantee. They're usually the first county every year. It can be anytime after the middle of June is kind of when they start ramping up, and August is probably the worst one. September it starts cooling down.
Okay.
It's on now, so
It was,
I
okay.
just thought of it, so. It looks like it's on with it off, the way the light
Right.
reflects, so.
Okay. Any
Well,
other
I was just
questions?
curious. I saw that you had sent them in. I just didn't know
Yep.
if we had any results on West Nile or not. So.
Okay. I know, Ron, you and I visited a little bit with regard to, some of those, I know we talked about the spraying, you said, for the weeds on the
Yep.
curb, and go ahead, explain.
The grass, weeds, anything right along the curb line, for the most part are sprayed. There's some on the east side that need to be sprayed, but we've had not real friendly weather, either raining or windy. And when you're spraying Roundup, you gotta be careful of the wind, cause you go by and knock out a tomato plant, that's a major deal, so. He only needs a couple more hours, he said, and he'll be done.
Yeah, but you pretty much,
So-
you said, done most of the west side.
All of the, I think he said all the west side and almost all of the east side,
Okay.
except 4th, 5th, and 4th Avenue on east on just avenues.
Okay.
Yep. Main Street, I haven't had good days to hit Main Street. You gotta do that earlier in the morning, and I just haven't had the ability to go do. The one time I got up and it was raining. The next time I got up, the wind was blowing, so. Cause you gotta do that before 8, so.
Right. Okay. Any other questions for Ron or anybody else? Okay, thank you, Ron.
Okay.
I'm gonna back up too. I wanna make it perfectly clear, I'm not speaking on behalf or in opposition to any measure. I just you know, 28. I'm just, you know, whenever I bring that to light, I just want people to be informed on some things with regard to, and then have your own opinion with that, okay? Okay, anything else? Okay, going on to new business. Some representatives from Runnings is here, so I'll let you come up and introduce yourself and then proceed with what you like to share with us.
Well, hi, thank you guys for letting us come. My name is Bo Patton. I'm the new store manager for Runnings here in Miller, South Dakota. You know, one thing is Runnings is really excited to be here. I moved here back in May, and it's just been really fun. Everybody has been so welcoming and so gracious. You guys are, it sounds like you guys are excited for us to come, and we are excited to be here. You know, we've been a company since 1947, and it started out with 3 stores, and right now we're at 99 stores. This one's the 98th store that we're opening up here. We're really excited. I just kind of wanted to give you guys an update of what we're doing and kind of squash some of the rumors that's been going around. My biggest thing is hiring. Oh, I tell you guys, hiring in a small town has been very interesting. But I have my management team here. I got assistant manager. I got 2 department leads here. We are excited. We are really excited. Last week was one of our really big weeks. We got all our shelvings up, everything ready. The building is clean. We got our new dock in. If you guys notice, if you guys go in the back, we got our big old yard. We fought to get a big old yard, so make sure we have all the product we can to service this community. So we're really excited for that. One thing that we're doing is our parking lot right now. We'll be blocking that off for probably till September. Honestly, we're trying to have every product that we can provide that Runnings has, but one thing that we're a C store. So Runnings categorizes their stores into A, B, and C. So Aberdeen is an A store. They have a lot of product, and they can carry a lot more. Huron's a B store. They carry most of it, but not a lot. So we're going to be a C store. So one thing that we're going to probably just have to really train our customers and let them know is we may not have everything, but we'll transfer it in. We'll make sure you guys get the product that you guys want. Right now, we're really kind of struggling on the opening date, but we would like to invite you guys to our grand opening. We're going to have a soft opening if we have all our ducks in a row, which again, that goes on to hiring and making sure I get the product in. We got about 2 trucks coming in right now. It's a lot of stuff, so we just don't have the staff right now to kind of get that stuff put out on the shelf. So we're just going to keep trying to recruit. So if you guys know anybody that wants a job or wants a part-time job, we're really flexible. Just tell them to get online and we can go ahead and apply. So our soft opening, we're trying to shoot for probably September. We had to push that back just because of employment, getting the right people in and getting the people in their key positions. Our tentative date for our grand opening will be around October 25th, right when you guys have, is it pheasant hunting, I believe you guys have? So we're kind of excited. Is that what it is? Okay, yeah. So we're kind of excited for that. And I mean, our biggest thing is we want to invite you guys to come over. Our CEO and all our corporate people will be there. We're going to try to do a 3-day event with everybody. We're inviting your 4-H. We've been involved with a couple community things. I kind of like what you're going to do. I think that'd be really cool if we kind of help you out with some of that stuff. So anything that we can do to help out the community, we're really excited to do that. We have a pretty good budget to kind of get in the community and just help out and do some events. So I don't want to take too much of your time. Do you guys have any questions for us?
Just welcome, and we wish you the best.
Thank you. We're excited to be here. We're excited to be here. So, yeah, if you guys ever have any questions, just come on to the store. One of us will always be there. Well, our hours right now are going to be a little interesting. We'll try to figure that out as we're trying to, I mean, actually, we do want to meet with you guys to see what that looks like, because we know a lot of the local businesses kind of fluctuate their hours, so we just kind of want to accommodate and make sure we get that taken care of. All right?
Sounds
All right.
good.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bo.
Second item on there is Chris Manning Block Party. Table's turned, you're in front of me, the 2 of you now.
So I don't know if you've heard, but we want to have a block party the 27th of July. We're going to have the pull-type spreaders for a band, and we're going to provide food, but it's a bring-your-own-beverage type deal, and Well, I'd like to close off Second Avenue from Fifth to Sixth Street. And we're also wondering about, letting the band play till 11 instead of 10. I don't know what your guys' thought is on that. But I'd
I'm the
also,
oldest one on the block.
Okay.
and I'd also like to talk to Ron about, getting some barricades. I'd like to barricade off the parking lot where the helicopter would have to land if need be.
Yeah, just so people don't.
Just so people don't park there and then we gotta scramble to get that moved, so.
Okay.
What's that? Yeah, I think we'll get porta potties in.
I think,
You said
Well-
what, from what time to what time did you say?
Don't know the
You
start time.
Okay.
I think what do they usually play? 4 hours?
Would say maybe 5
Okay.
to 11 or
So we we're thinking, hoping for 11 o'clock, I guess.
a lot of us were thinking like we couldn't find the actual rule of whether
Yeah.
it was 10 or 11, but my feeling is it just kind of goes into the good neighbor policy where if you talk to everybody in the general area,
I've talked to almost, not all of them, but almost all of them, so.
yeah, I personally don't have an issue. I know we've blocked off streets in the past for certain things. Obviously, block party hasn't happened in a while, but kind of cool to have.
In defense to the Volta type spreaders, when they practiced across the street from Dad, he opened his window.
Got the
They
music.
also
in.
told me
Yeah.
they're not an overly loud band the way it
Yeah.
is,
Right.
so.
Yeah, they don't have the huge equipment to pump it, but I would say just,
And they
I've
don't-
heard your story on what plans to kind of keep rules in place, so.
They're gonna have old John Birch back playing with them too.
Well,
Oh, that'd be neat.
You okay with it, Ted?
Yep.
Okay.
Ron? Terry? All right? That okay? I mean, with-
Everybody's kind of rowdy after
He's the only one I forgot to talk to.
And he's your local.
okay.
I would just say, encourage the good neighbor. I'm not concerned, but that's the only thing I have.
Yeah,
That's, make a motion to approve it.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, motion and second to grant the request of Chris Manning for a block party. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries.
Thank you.
You betcha.
Watch that oldest person. She can hit on one.
She's gonna have to watch the most.
Yeah. The pool committee update. I have met with Brian Tipton from Pier. I took a afternoon and went out and toured his pool out there. I'm in the process of getting hold of the engineer. I was hoping by now she would return my call, but I'm sure she's busy with regard to oversight of the construction of the pool. But I think we're looking, and we may be seeking some members of that committee to serve on the committee. So I would, if anybody's interested, you can contact myself. I left a message with Jamie Russell, so hopefully I told her I'd probably throw her name out there too. So, but just, contact somebody if you're interested, and we'll keep informed a little bit more as we move on. Okay? All right. Item number 4, electric department hire.
Just wanted to put it out there that we did hire the employee and everybody's been notified, so we hired the Hayden Herman
Okay.
applicant
At the offered wage.
at the offered wage. Yep, there was no
Okay.
renegotiation.
Okay.
And July 8th is his first day.
July 8th.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you need a motion for
I
that?
think we
I think we already did all that.
had the motion. We just
Oh, we
more or
offered
less.
it, but let's just.
Let's do it.
do it.
Are you-
I would happily make that motion.
Okay, that we hired Hayden at the set wage.
Yes.
Okay,
I'll second it.
Second.
do you have a second? Okay, second, discussion. All in favor, say, motion has been made and seconded to hire Hayden Herman to the electrical department. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Heartland Summer Conference, Tuesday, July 30th in Madison. And if anybody would like to attend, that's an all-day, go ahead.
Just throwing it out there, I actually have not gotten anything as far as the agenda or anything on that, but if anybody's interested, they usually have really good speakers, and sometimes they have things afterwards too, so,
Okay,
if them dates work for anybody. I have to go early, I'm on a committee for Heartland, so.
okay. What time does that normally start?
Usually in the morning, I mean, if interested at all, just get a hold of me and I can.
Right, okay,
I was expecting to see something in the email, and I did not.
okay,
And just to add, Tara Yost informed me that she plans on going.
okay. All right, and we'll have additional information at our next meeting, before that, so, okay?
But if you're at all interested, let me know, because usually I gotta enroll you.
Sure.
So,
Okay.
that way they kinda know how many head count. They'll have, usually have food and
Okay.
everything there.
Very good. Okay, thank you. Any questions for Dustin on that regard? All right. Moving on, item number 6, we have three building permits. Miller Shine Car Wash, Mike Frammel Fence, and Rita Ellsworth replace a porch. We can either take these together, or we can take them separately. Does any, go ahead, have they been,
You cannot do them together. So the
Good.
car wash, I did not sign off on that one yet.
okay,
It says residential, and then we didn't really get any drawings as far as how that building sets yet. So until it's zoned commercial, I really need to,
okay,
know
And
the
you haven't
boundaries. 'Cause
received
once
any
you're
in-
commercial, you can go right up to your lot line.
okay,
And we already did the zoning of the commercial
yeah,
Right.
effective last meeting.
yeah.
We just need to get updated.
But we just need to get updated with regard to the other information with regard to being able to grant a permit.
Just to keep things moving, can we do it contingent on it getting signed off? I make a motion that we approve the Miller Shine Car Wash contingent on the signing off from the building permit.
Okay,
Second.
discussion? Hearing none, a motion and a second has been made to approve the building permit for the Miller Shine Car Wash, pending additional information, and sign off with regard to it. And that's gonna go with the drawings too. Have we?
Yeah, so what I have, I got from somebody else. It didn't come with the building permit.
We got new drawings last fall.
So that was kind of my thing, and the original drawings I got from BJ, so
We got an
that
updated
picture in there.
drawing last week for the electrical plan. What's that? Yeah, I don't know on the original, they're adding an outside wash bay.
yeah, that wasn't on the original.
That wasn't on the original.
So the contingency part of, I'll make a few phone calls, but then when will it be commercial? Is it,
If the ordinance is not referred, the full effective
7th,
is July 12th.
12th, okay, I didn't know it was 12th or 17th, okay.
Yeah, so as long as they're within the rules of the building permit and all that.
yep, they put residential on the building permit, cause it is right now, but I guess if it goes to commercial, I can scratch that out and initial it and then approve it then.
Yeah, because it's contingent.
Everybody okay with that?
Yep.
It's been very public knowledge that we're
Yeah,
changing it to
that's, I just wanna
commercial.
make sure that.
There's, okay, all right. Motion has been made to approve the building permit Miller Shine Car Wash, pending approval. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion
One
carries.
abstain.
One abstain? Okay. All right.
Then make a blanket motion for Mike Frammel and Rita Ellsworth, approve their building permits.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, the next motion regarding building permits, Mike Frammel's fence and Rita Ellsworth's porch, replace a porch. All in favor of that said motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Okay, SPN Phase 4 invoice. There's two invoices totaling $1,200, and that's found on page 13. Okay, the first invoice number 34020 is for $400 and other way around. Thank $900, thank you. And then the 34021 is for $400 for a total of $1,200
$1,300.
or $1,300.
I move that we approve SPN Phase 4 invoices 34020 and 34021 with a total of $1,300.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, motion has been made and second to approve SPN's Phase 4 invoices. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Okay, on page 17, the FFA Ag Grant Agreement. That is on page 17. And basically, if you look at number 1, is the governing body must give authority to the to execute the grant to an individual. Individuals sign the grant. The person signing the document must be sponsor's authorized representative. So I would entertain if one of you want to be that person, or if you want for me to be it, I sure will. So I'd entertain a motion to.
I'd make a motion that Mayor Tom McGow signs the FAA BIL-AIG grant agreement.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second for myself to be the signing body for the grant agreement. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Okay, unfinished business, the transformer quote revision. Okay, that's on 14 and 15.
So in this transformer, I guess I got kind of ahead of myself. And once it was approved, I started looking at the specs a little harder. And I realized there's a lot of things missing in that particular transformer that we wanted to go with compared to our other ones. There's switches inside the transformers that help turn off the secondary side. And I wanted to go with Howard because that's probably 2/3 of the transformers we have in town, and I want to keep that consistent. But then after I realized that was missing, and I went back to them to see if we could get the proper equipment installed into the transformer. They came back with that $27,000 mark on that particular transformer. And then I started looking back at the other quotes that we were looking at from before, like the Wesco one with the A, B, and B transformer, and I started looking at them specs. And they already have the switches in there, and then they actually have that transformer in stock. Whereas these other ones, they were a little bit, I mean, they were cheaper originally, but you know, that lead time was clear out there. And then even putting that switch in there puts lead time even farther out there. So I guess what I'm asking is if I can go ahead and go with the other one that we had on the table, the ABNB, the 150 kVA. for $25,645. That one is already in stock. It's already got switches in it and actually be cheaper than the Howard by the time they put switches in it. We have looked at my budget and I can pull it off. It'll fit in my budget this year, so it's not an issue there. The switch in there is really kind of a big safety hazard, or a safety part of it. It helps me with putting certain people on call because you can actually reach in there with a hot stick and turn off the secondary side. Whereas the other way, you gotta sectionalize that piece of switch gear, which takes a little bit longer as far as, you know, if there's a fire or certain people to be able to have the knowledge to do that work. Everything else we have has a switch in it, so I don't really want to go away from not having the switch in there. So it just really helps with troubleshooting and then also keeping other things online further downstream. So
Make a motion that we replace our previous approved motion and amend it to get this Wesco 150 kVA switch transformer.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, motion is, I just want to comment, you know, I appreciate your insight, providing the insight, the importance of having that switch versus not having that switch, you know?
yeah, it's kind of it seems really expensive. I mean, but it just, I don't know why it won't be a standard eventually. I mean, there's lots of different theories where we're so congested. Maybe in a co-op scenario or something, it's not needed as much as what we would use it in town. We use them all the time.
But we would need,
Yeah.
definitely, not only want it, but also
Yep.
need it. Okay. Any other further discussion? Hearing none, motion has been made and second to revise the purchase of the said transformer. All in favor said aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. On page number 6, it gives the Infotech Solutions quote number 5559. Cindy?
So as you recall, I had presented 2 of the 3 quotes that Tyler had brought in. And it was my understanding that we only needed to do those 2, but it was a misunderstanding between me and Tyler. We do need this one approved as well for them to move forward.
Oh,
So the total we're looking at is, for this one, is that the $3,000?
Yes.
Yep.
For quote number 5559.
For 5559. What would, is, with regard to this additional purchase, Cindy, what is,
It's not really an additional purchase.
just something that was
It's
over-
what they need to charge for the configuration and installation of the network.
Very good. Very
this
good.
is like a one-time?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'll move to approve
Second.
Infotech's quote.
Second.
Second. Motion has been made and second to approve the $3,000 quote from Infotech. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries.
Make a motion that we approve the bills.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, motion is made and second to approve the bills as submitted. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
With this known fact, this meeting lasted, what, about an hour and 20 minutes shorter than, or 30 minutes shorter than this morning's committee meeting. Yeah,
Yeah, but we're talking budget.
we're adjourned. Chris?